Hey, what's up, gamers? Cheetah here, bringing you a quick and easy triple stack achievement walk through 4 Food Adventure Returns. This is the second game in the series, also published and developed by Neto Game Dev. You can pick it up right now on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Windows individually for $4.99, or you can purchase the bundle for $13.99. To get the full completion, we just have to finish all 28 levels, and if you remember my video for the first game, there's hidden portals that we can use to skip straight to the end of the levels, so if you follow along with the video guide here, it'll only take you around 15 minutes. Also, it should receive title updates in the future, so for the first hidden portal, you just have to drop down right there, hug the right side wall, you can slightly see the grayed out star. That's the hidden portal. Once you enter it, that usually takes you right to the end of the level, and then you can just head through the door. The second hidden portal here is right at the start of level 2 to the left. Just walk into it and that'll take you to the end of the level, and then you can ride the lift across and head through the door. So they can be a little bit tricky to find, as you can see, but I'll be showing you all of them, and I'll also have timestamps to each of the different levels if you're just looking for a specific one. I forgot to mention, but you can jump with A and dash with X. So on level 3 here, this one is going to be to the left at the start of the level again. Just enter that one there. That'll teleport you to the end of the level. Head to the right, avoid the little hot dog guy, use the spring to jump up, and then head through the door. And then for level 4 here, this one is going to be on the right side of the first pillar. So head to the right, jump on this pillar, and then drop down and hug the left side. Now this next one here is going to be to the left of the second pillar, so jump across to the second pillar, ride the lifts across, and then it'll be on the left side of this pillar here, so you have to drop down, hug the wall there, and that should take you to the end. This next one here can be found to the left at the start of the level above the spikes. You can jump up and then dash across to it. And then this one here is going to be at the start of the level, drop down and hug the left wall just down here. And then this one is going to be to the left at the start of the level. Just jump up next to the brick wall. And then you have to push this purple block here down to the lower level and use that to activate the button. But be careful and avoid the saw blade here while you push it. Just keep kind of taking your time, jump across over it and avoid it. And then this one here is going to be to the left at the start of the level, drop down and hug the wall. And then once you teleport, you want to avoid the little hot dog enemies and then head down and through the door. Alright, and then again, this one here is to the left at the start of the level, but it's floating out in the open, so you have to jump across to it. And then this next one here is right at the start of the level, hiding in the green tree, so you can just jump up into it. And then at the end of the level here, you need to dash over to the door. Alright, and then this one here is going to be on the left wall of the fourth pillar. You have to jump over the hot dog enemies, and then once you get to the fourth pillar right here, you want to just drop down on the left side. Alright, so this next one is going to be over to the right side. So head to the right, avoid the two enemies here, ride the lift up, avoid the next enemy, get on the next lift, and then the portal is going to be below us on the left wall. So you have to drop down, hug the left wall right there, hit the portal, and then from there you can jump, use the spring to boost yourself up, and then dash across over to the door. Alright, so for this one here, you want to head all the way over to the very last pillar. Avoid the enemies, you can jump on their heads. There's going to be a second one just over here. And then once you get to the very last pillar, the portal is actually going to be on the left side of this other pillar to our left right there. So drop down, hug the left wall, and then that'll teleport you to the end. Avoid the enemy up here. And then for this one here, you want to head over to the right, and then once you see the french fries, drop down and hug the left wall. And then the end of this level here is a little bit tricky. You have to avoid the saw blades and make your way over to the door. Alright, and then this is another tricky one. You have to head over to the right, jump over the ball and chains, and then at the very end of the tunnel here, you can drop down, hug the left wall, and then that'll teleport you to the end. And then at the end here, you want to avoid the spikes and head through the door. Alright, and then on this one here, we're going to head over to the right. You can use the spring to jump up, make sure you avoid the spike balls, and then after the last ball, we're going to drop down and hug the left wall. So jump up here, avoid this one, avoid the second one, and the third, and then after the third, you want to drop down, hug the left wall, and that'll teleport you to the end. Alright, and the next up, you want to head over to the right, and we're going to drop down just next to the purple lift here, hug the wall, and then at the end, you want to avoid the spikes and head through the door. And then the next one here is going to be over to the right. You need to activate the french fries. Make sure you avoid them, jump over to the right, and then we're going to head back, use the french fries to boost up to the top right wall there. And that'll teleport you to the end. And then at the end here, make sure you avoid the saw, use the spring, and avoid the spikes up here, and then drop down and head through the door. And then this one here is going to be to the left at the start of the level. Just jump and dash above the spikes, and then from there you can dash across to the door. And then for this one here, you want to head over to the right until you get to the first pillar, and then once you're here, you want to drop down on the right side, hug the left wall, and then once you get teleported to the other side, just head over to the right, avoid the two enemies, and head through the door. There's also some spikes right there as well. And the next up here, head to the right, make your way across the 2 or 3 moving lifts rather, and then you want to drop down, hug that right side wall just beside us, right down here. All right, and the next up, you want to head over to the right. You'll have to swim through the quicksand and then jump back up on land while avoiding the hot dog enemy there. And then once you're back up on the land, you want to jump up to the left into this spike box there. That'll teleport you to the end. And then you can use the spring and dash across to finish the level. And then on this one here, you want to head over to the right, drop down the hole here, hug the left wall, and then again, we're going to have to push the purple block and activate the button while avoiding the Sol. And then this one is to the right inside of the tree at the start of the level. And then once you get teleported again, you have to push another purple block onto the button while avoiding the Sols. Alright, so for this one here, you want to head over to the right, avoid the first two spike balls, and then you want to fall off the edge of the second one while avoiding the saw blade just over here. And then at the end of the level here, it's a little bit tricky. You have to dash across left and right while avoiding the spikes on the right side wall and the saw blade. And then this one is going to be to the left of the start of the level, just jump up into it, and then at the end, make sure you avoid the Sols and head through the door. And then for the last one here, you want to head over to the right, stand directly on the fourth star, and then fall through the floor, and that should teleport you to the end of the level, finish it, and then that'll be the end of the game and your full completion. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video if the guide was helpful, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. As always, huge shout out to all my awesome Patreon and YouTube members. Special thanks to those in tiers 3 and 2, including Jax Jags, Rockmono44, and Eagle069.